A man goes to the White House and says, "I want to speak with President Trump." The guard says, "Trump is no longer president." Then the man leaves. The man comes back the next day and again says, "I want to speak with President Trump." The guard says, "Like I already told you, he is no longer president." This then repeats a third day, and at that point the guard asks, "Why do you keep coming back when I've already told you Trump is no longer president?" To which the man replies, "Because it's a big relief whenever I hear Trump is no longer president." A local charity realised that it had never received a donation from the city's most successful lawyer, so the volunteer paid the lawyer a visit in his lavish office. The volunteer opened the meeting by saying, "Our research shows that even though your annual income is over $2 million, you don't give a penny to charity. Wouldn't you like to give something back to your community? First, did your research also show you that my mother is dying after a long painful illness, and that she has huge medical bills that are far beyond her ability to pay?" No, I didn't know that." Secondly, says the lawyer, "did it show that my brother, a disabled veteran who is blind and confined to a wheelchair and is unable to support his wife and 6 children?" The rep begins to stammer an apology but is cut off again. Thirdly, did your research also show you that my sister's husband died in a dreadful car accident, leaving her penniless with a mortgage and 3 children, one of whom is disabled and another that has learning disabilities, requiring an array of private tutors? The humiliated rep, completely beaten, says, "I'm so sorry, I had no idea. So, if I didn't give any money to them, what makes you think I'd give any to you?" Bill Gates dies and goes to heaven, where St. Peter gives him a nice modern 6-bedroom house with a pretty garden and a tennis court. Pleased with his lot, Bill quickly settles into the afterlife. One day he is out walking when he bumps into a man in a fine tailored suit. "That's really nice," says Bill. "Where did you get it?" "Actually," says the man, "I was given 50 of these, plus 2 mansions, a yacht, a golf course, and 4 Rolls Royces." "Wow, were you a pope or a doctor healing the terminally ill?" asks Bill. "No, I was the captain of the Titanic." Bill storms off to see St. Peter. "How come the captain of a sunken ship gets all that while I, the inventor of the Windows operating system, gets a crummy little house?" asks Bill. St. Peter replies, "The Titanic only crashed once." A husband notices his wife's hearing is deteriorating and decides to visit her doctor for some advice. "I can't speak to my wife directly as she might find it offensive. There's a simple trick you can try to determine her hearing," explains the doctor. "Simply ask her a question at a distance, and if she doesn't hear you, move slightly closer and ask again until she does." That night the husband arrives home and sees his wife in the kitchen cooking. He thinks to himself, what a perfect opportunity to test her hearing. "What's for dinner, honey?" No answer. He moves closer. "What's for dinner, honey?" Still no answer. He moves even closer. "What's for dinner, honey?" Still his wife doesn't answer. He now sees how serious her hearing problem is. At this point he is standing right next to his wife. "What's for dinner, honey?" "For the 4th fucking time, we're having chicken." The world's 2 worst golfers are playing golf. The first one hits it all the way to the left. The second one hits it all the way to the right. The first guy goes to pick up his ball and sees that he hit a buttercup. Suddenly Mother Nature pops up out of the ground in all her glory. Mother Nature says, You horrible golfer. You hit a buttercup. One of nature's most beautiful creations. As punishment, you can never have butter again." The golfer is obviously upset by this and he turns away so Mother Nature won't see. Suddenly he starts laughing. "What's so funny?" Mother Nature asks. "Well," he says, "not being able to have butter is bad and all, but my friend over there hit a pussy willow." A man is walking across a field when he comes across a very large hole in the ground. So large that he can't see the bottom of this hole. "I wonder how deep it is," he thinks to himself. He pulls out a coin and flips it into the hole. He waits and listens. Nothing. He decides to try something else. He spots a large rock nearby and with a struggle he gets the rock to the hole. He rolls it in, waits and listens. Nothing. My goodness, he thinks, how deep must this hole be? So he decides to try something else. He sees a huge log and rolls it in. As he waits and listens, a goat jumps into the hole out of nowhere. He's shocked at what just happened. Then a farmer arrives and asks, "Did you by any chance see my goat? One just came by and jumped in this hole." The farmer says, No, couldn't have been my goat. My goat was chained to a huge log.